Yes, we are back. Back again in Train Sim World 5. Soon to be 6. Coming soon. Spoiler. Back again to do some more routes. This time, back again. That's 3, I think. On the West Coast Mainline South. As voted for by you, the viewing audience. Well, those in the Discord that could be bothered to vote anyway. I gave them choices. We narrowed it down. It's West Coast Mainline South. I'm going to do one of the timetables that I haven't done in this for a while. So that's going to go well, isn't it? Probably not. If you're watching this on YouTube, hello. Hi. How you doing? You okay? There'll be links in the doobly-doo below to where you can get the route /game. There'll be a link down there to the Twitch page where you can watch me live on the... Oh, interrupt me, Trent.
Another moth to tick off. So today we are driving a train to a place that not near stock of the port. Then get a helicopter to Bergen to truck back to Swindon, then to another place. How is Mr. Daddy Hulk?
Thank you, Trent. That's 64 of the months. Indeed. Nowhere near Stockport. As I was saying before Trent interrupted, there'll be a link down there to the Discord server as well. Good evening then to, I think, Trent. It's all scrolled up now. Trent, McBone, Nigel, I saw in there, Semicolon, Stokey, Don, Underdow, thanks for the follow yesterday. Why would you follow on a day I'm not streaming? And Sim, and Nico. Yeah, some people. Trent subscribed and it all scrolled up. Anyway, there we go. Right, well, choose a route. Really?
I'm only doing this to disrupt things some more.
Thank you, Dean. 31 of the months. You can be the longest. Not saying anything. Yeah, thank you, Dean. Oh, really?
Here to chime my troublesome interruption as well.
Amy Lou, thank you indeed. At 16 of them. Anybody else before I, attempt to drive a train? Anyone gonna do anything else? Can we get in a train? No, really? 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 Thank you, Trent. Don't you? Yes, thank you, Sim. Hi, Daz. It's going to be one of those, isn't it? You lot are in an obstropolous mood just because I haven't streamed for a day. What are we doing? West Coast Mainline, isn't it? That begins... I passed it, haven't I? I was on it a few minutes ago, and you've all thrown me off mid... whatever it was. West Coast Mainline South. Yeah, I've got 3 different intermodal thing. That one, and I've got this one. This one's got some different liveries. Oh, blimey, it's all going on. Stokey, thanks for that. Underdow, you are now one of us. You won't see ads anymore. There we go. I thought I'd start maybe with the 805. Because we haven't done it for a while. And we will do this from Euston, we have a problem, to Milton Keynes. So it's going to be a non-stop run by the looks of things. Or Euston to Wolverhampton. I don't know. We go that one. Euston to Birmingham. There we go. We'll do that. It's today. That is the thing. So we'll jump in the train. Because that's this train sim. That's what we're doing. It's all gone quiet now. Music's calmed down and everything. It's all gone quiet. I don't know what to do now. That confused you, didn't it? Thought I was just going to sit there and keep quiet. Right. Turn the volume up. Key on. Reverser into forward. Oh, really? Nico, I'm not going to swear because the people of YouTube are still watching at this point. We don't want to put them off. But you know what you are. Thank you, Nico. So yes, 805, which is a mod. Basically, it's the 801 that we're taking from here to some... We're actually stopping at Watford and then Milton Keynes. We have a minute to go. Is this thing a single-handed doodah? I can't remember. Master keys on, room forward. That's a... Oh, will you stop? Remember the AWS, TPWS switches. Yeah, but I'm not going to remember that, am I? We'll be lucky if I actually get this thing moving. We've got 30 seconds to go and we will see what happens. But thank you, Sim. This is me. Have this thing got windows? No, we haven't got windows. Well, we have. We can see out of them. But, you know. It's very busy. Right, 10 seconds to go. So we'll take this to Milton Keynes and see if we can get something else back. We have done the measurement train once, but maybe we jump in the measurement train because that's the thing. Is it going to tell me to lock the doors? Lock doors. Okay. Right. Doors locking. Right, stop at Watford. Okay, am I going to get power? Well, we're moving. That's something. I do like the noise these things make when the doors lock. We'll do that. There's our thumbnail. Right, that's that done. You gotta worry about that again. Right, so 14 miles to Watford. Thank you, McBone. Yes, I kept quiet about that one as well. Didn't tell anybody that I'd done managed to do the suspended railway thing in Omsi. I can keep a secret. Really?
Another one. Here to interrupt the flow once more. Month, moth, 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 and one more moth.
Thank you, Colin. Hang on a minute. 25 months, which is great. On a 5-month streak. What happened? Did I upset you? It's understandable. Hi, Chef Lad. Right. Down and under here. I do kind of miss a little bit going on trains. Only a little bit. Tiniest little tiny bit. It's trains today. World-renowned content. Easy, Tiger. Go on one then. Well, I might be on Monday if my boss signs my day off. Exactly. Where? Who? World-renowned? Right, we can get a bit of a jiggle on now. Getting jiggy with it. Although we got a 55 coming up. Wow, this is busy. I think this is... It could be. It might be my favourite route. This streams brighten the day after a rubbish day today. That's what Simhaven sounds like. Yes, that was... You don't know your trainer slogans, do you, Trenty? Sim, a posho. Yeah, he's one of those, isn't he? Being the county of Surrey. One of our ex-comrades from Surrey. Definitely wasn't posh. It's gone dark. I can't see the darkness. Hi, Barry. Have you seen the light? Yeah, it was down that little dim one. Why aren't headlights brighter on trains? I know you don't need to see where they're going because, you know, don't get a choice on. You've got like, you shouldn't have the fear of something coming towards you. It's not like you go overtake. Although there was the lay-bys we went through last week, because that's a thing. Trains, the tracks have lay-bys where they pull over and tea break, bacon sandwich, and all that. Tim, nice but dim. Right, making our way towards Watford. So yeah, this is a mod. So basically it's doing a reskinned 801 to use on the West Coast Mainline. Available from the Train Sim community. The whole Timmy table thing. But I haven't done that, have I, Trent? What are you expecting from me? You're expecting too much from me. It is a link. It's not the link you want, but there is a link to the mods page. The Stockport flashbacks. I almost need to go to Stockport, don't I? Just so I can prove I know where Stockport is. Another train. It's a little bit jittery. Is today north? This is definitely south of Stockport. Hi Connor. Hi Derek. Yeah, you can't do that, Trent. I am Bart. I'm pretty sure that this is south of Stockport. What's Stockport done apart from being north of Manchester? Don't start with me. Tried to make me go to Stockport, but I said no, no, no. What was my dinner? Corned beef and new potatoes, which was very nice. It was chilly the last 2 nights. I made a chili on Sunday. Amy Winehouse's new song. Quite difficult considering she's, dead. We got a 90 limit, or nearly 82 now anyway. She shuffled off this mortal coil. Going to meet his maker. It doesn't stop record companies, in all fairness. Isn't it somewhere near the place where we go over on the undergroundy, Wombling Free place? That's somewhere around here, isn't it? I don't know where we are. But somewhere near here. Train! Hello, train! There's the Wembles. The Wembleys. It's loud outside. There's the Wembley's stadium. Oh, to back up again now. Avicii. Well, they didn't release songs. Obviously, their management company released songs. Because, they want the money. Wembley. Wembley. Some people do. I've contemplated it myself a couple of times. But anyway. The Chiltern Line crosses just north of Wembley, but no tracks on here. Okay. So Elvis put out songs, indeed. Well, again, didn't. Management company were like, we'll make some money out of this, thank you. There's already AI produced bands and songs, and they're out there. Tiesto is still alive. Who names their child Tiesto? It's a bit of an evil name, isn't it? Same people that name their children Daffodil or Windsock. Hi Spectre. Tiesto is a stage name. How do you know? And it was the Bakerloo line. I really want to go and explore this line properly. I might need to do that. Or Summer, yeah. You wouldn't name your child Foggy Day, would you? I've named my child, what have you called it? Fog. Damp. This is my daughter, Damp. Drizzle. I've named my child Drizzle. Hey up, named our lass Whippet. Foggy was last of the summer wine, but wasn't that just a nickname? Well, it's probably best that they called him Tiesto then after that. Moist Mini. No, Richard. Anyway, we're 6 miles from Watford, where you've got to stop and let passengers on or off or off or on. And old E-by Gum Musk, one of his kids got a weird name. That I'm sure they're going to change when they're older. Downpour Doug. Yeah, it's like I've named my child X. Really? I always think as a parent that you should name your child with a name that they can grow old with. Don't call it Raspberry or Banana. Well, not an old-fashioned name, but something you can imagine being old with. Abraham Thunderwolf. See, Abraham, that's a good old-fashioned name. I bet no one's called Abraham anymore. You don't see any Bruces. You don't hear of... That was doors closing. You don't hear many Brians, do you? You know, we've had our firstborn. We've called it Brian. We got a red. Slowly. It's no longer a red. That's fine. Brian, exactly. Trevor seems to have fallen that. So's Nigel. Hello, we've named that. We've got a young whippersnapper here. What's his name? His name's Nigel. Hello, Nigel. Nigel Fortescue the Third. Nigel's definitely one of those names. You don't get many like you don't get many Daves, do you? You don't get many posh Daves. Oh, we've named our child Dave. No, it just doesn't sound the same, does it? I say Dave. No. Yeah, you don't. It's not a posh name. There's certain names you can... If you know your kid's going to be posh, you've got to give it the right name, haven't you? We've named our child Bartholomew. Barty to his friends. Hello, Barty. If you're from a council estate, no, you can be called Mark, Jake, Harry. Yeah, just something short. Yeah, because they know you're not going to be able to spell it, so we'll just give them an easy name to spell. Trent. Yeah. Yeah, just keep. Yeah, they're going to be a bit thick. Just keep it short. Right, we'll shortly be arriving at Watford Junction. So we'll see what other trains. So this isn't standard train for this route. It is part of the mod that is available for the PC version of this. It's basically an 801 reskinned. Well, some people just don't like their names, which is why a lot of people do change their names. Exactly. People don't know what a Ford is. What? Ford? When I was discussing children, Ryan was going to be a name for a child, because I was allowed to choose a name if it was going to be a boy. I can't remember what the choice was for a girl. I wasn't really paying any attention. Alright, we have arrived. That was loud. Blimey. Thanks for the raid. Irascible? Irascible. They were last seen playing Train Sim World 5. I'd never play that. You'd never catch me in a million years playing Train Sim World 5. Wouldn't do it. Apart from now. So, we're going to take this to Milton's Keynes. What are you playing? It's Train Sim World 12. Well, it's not that, is it? Do you want... Trent, how long have you been here? Do you honestly expect me to have done things that very occasionally I do? And hi. Ships at sea. That's Thursday. I was getting ready. Right, now... Go. Hi, Rob. Now it's the dash to Milton's Keynes. So we better go and see him. So the busyness that is Watford. Get off your horse and drink your milk. But will the ship stay at sea unless we crash? Nobody wants to dash to Milton Keynes. I could be close to there next Saturday. Too close. Right, so the line gets less busy now as we get north of Watford. Oh God, I did show it at the beginning. It's one of them. It's not the intermodal. It's not the 2024. It's the other one. It's the one that's got the measurement train on it. That one. I used to like Milton Keynes. It used to be my annual shopping trip to the MK Centre. Just full of roundabouts. But yeah, I think this is definitely up there with one of my favourite routes. That's the one. It's one of those on that link. I only realised there's a Class 86 that I haven't showcased yet. Oops. And we got the 170 coming soon. That's going to be interesting. And yes, Train Sim World 6 is coming in probably 8 weeks, 7 weeks, something like that. Oh god, that's speeding. I do want to go to Richer Sounds. If my weekend off gets approved, that is on my list of things not to do this weekend. Right, 27 miles to go. I can't officially say, but yes. Oh, I can imagine a timetable into one of these is impossible. Almost impossible, but oh my god, does it add something. I think this London commuter feels really alive as you come out of Victoria in this, but there's so much going on in this when you get south of Watford. I can't wait to see what routes we're going to get in 6 and then what people do with them. No, Connor, I've asked for Friday and Monday off. You've only got around to buying 5. Thing is, it's one of those things as well. And don't forget, if you're new to 5 and you've picked it up cheap, any of the routes that you can get for 2, 3 and 4 will work. You haven't got to buy Train Sim World 5 specific routes. So if you can find them cheap on Steam or CD Keys, pick up a route for Train Sim World 4, Train Sim World 3, Train Sim World 2. They will all work on 5. You're not limited to just buying routes for 5. They will work. So that gives you a lot of flexibility. And again, one of the other things I say is if you're into UK stuff, for example, try and keep all the UK routes installed, because you get layering. So if you've got one route installed but it includes a timetable run from another route you've got installed, you'll get it and you'll see it. It's like this, because of the mod, I've got to have Great Western Express installed. No, 801 East Coast Mainline installed to be able to get this train. It was Train Sim World 2020. I think it was the original one. Oh, and CSX Heavy Haul before that. I do remember being completely blown away by it when it first came out. You know what layers are, you have plenty of them. Hot days, I'm wearing less of them. So yeah, we'll get to Milton Keynes and then we'll see what we can bring back south. See if we can find something interesting. Maybe the measurement train. Although that won't stop anywhere. I fancy doing a stopping service. A train. Yeah, well done. Tomorrow, by the way, back with some OMSI. We're going to be trying Yorkshire. That'll go well. Thursday night, some ships at sea. Friday night, it looks, well, the votes, it's close at the moment. It's either going to be bingo or quiz. Saturday night is something, and then Sunday more farming. I am good, thanks, Pyro. You've only got a 2021. You can get the others really cheap, either on Steam or on CD Keys. I am an ambassador, yes. You can just about see faintly in the top left of the screen, I am an official ambassador. It does say it up there. I should make that brighter, really. My logo's in the right as well. You can't really see that. A bad ambassador. Alright, 21 miles to go. Official dimwit. I'm also an official dimwit, but yes, I am an official ambassador. Ambassador, don't you know? It's like the Ferrero Rocher man. I've said I'm going to go. I don't know, if I'm honest. I'm not really vocal within the community. I keep myself to myself, so I don't really know anybody, and I'm not really a social person. So I don't know. It's time off work as well, so I probably won't go. I was only going to go to try and see Train Sim World 6 early, but it'll only be a week earlier. Then I'll probably see it anyway. That wasn't my fault, McBone. That's Omzi being Omzi. Are you supposed to be telling people to buy routes every half an hour? Buy this. There you go. That's that done. Happy now? You feel evil. You want to give a sub to Nightbot. Nightbot is normally subbed. Avanti West Coast. I'm late. No, I'm not due there for another 10 minutes. I'm going to be late, obviously, but, you know, I'm never late. I've driven 80 miles. They're not, actually. Remember to plug your streaming schedule and the route. That would be a thing. I've just told you what's coming up. On the half an hour I do that. I've said buy this route. What more do you want from me? No, Nightbot gets people buy Nightbot a subscription. Links. What? The spray? Which one? Africa? You want to know where Stockport is? Yeah. Cufflinks? I had a shirt once with cufflinks. I had cufflinks with a lot of motorbikes on them. Oh, God, it's far from perfect. I keep saying, I just wish they'd get rid of all the stupid repairing fences, putting up posters, things. No. Focus on the trains. How many speeding tickets this month? Right, anyway, we're 16 miles to go. And then we'll see what interesting trains we can get to come from Milton Keynes back to Euston. We have a problem. Getting off the train, yes. But it's the whole repairing fences, putting up posters and things. I know a rain. You know a rain? Do you have Amazon Prime? Use your free Twitch Prime subscription to help support the channel. There you go. That's a shameless plug. Subscribe to my YouTube. There's videos on it. There you go. Another one. That better? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I said what streams are coming up. I did exactly on the half an hour as well. I am just that efficient. I am that good. There's a station, we're going through it. There you go. It's definitely the quiet bit of the route. Okay, you lot chose the route. Am I crying? No. Why would I be? What? Why? I seem very hyperactive. I'm in a good mood. I've been in a good mood for the last couple of weeks. Leave me alone. Is that too much coffee? I didn't have many today, actually. I had the last one at about 2 o'clock, something like that. I have 12 miles to go. You can never have too much coffee. Well, you can.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for the follow. Exactly. I'm interested to see what's going to come in 6. You know.
Oh, yeah.
That's quite loud, isn't it? Thanks, Rob, for the follow. I'm looking forward to it. You know, obviously the UK route in 5 was this. The American one was dire. The German one was okay. Frankfurt Fulda, I think, was German. That was all right. I wasn't a fan of the Flix train, if I'm honest. I think I've only used that once. We don't talk about Antelope Valley. That was one of the most painful train sim world streams I've ever done. Doing the whole route in Antelope Valley. Oh my god. Thomas is good fun. I really enjoyed doing the storyline the other week. Is it something you'd likely go back and do it again? I don't know. Oh, hang on, we got 90 about the slowing. Ladies and gentlemen, we are slowing down. There we go. Obviously, Christmas time. We'll do the normal Holiday Express thing again. You could drive Thomas back to London. God, how painful that would be. That's my hope for 6, is that we can train swap. I would love to be able to put any train you like on any timetable. Not just put it into free roam or just go on the train in timetable. To go, right, here's a timetable. This is the train of choice. Pick something else. And to still have the stops. That would open up so much to me. Oh, the storyline was brilliant. It was really good fun. And I do hope that Dovetail have done well from Thomas. And, you know, I like many people, would love to see Sodor. I think that would be the dream. Give us all the engines. Give us the island of Sodor. That would be my hope. Whether we'll get it, don't know. Hi, Damien. Anyway, we've got 7.5 miles to go to Milton. He's keen, is Milton. And then we'll look and see what we can bring back. We'll have a look at the timetable, see if there's any we can just nab and take back. It's train. Hello. Hogwarts Express. Yeah, but that's that viaduct, isn't it? You really want that. Not you, Trent. Although, hi, Trent. But, you know, what other good UK routes are there? I think, for me, I'd like to see, and whether we'll get it because of the Great Western Express enhancement, whether that means that we'll get, you know, a continuation of Great Western Express, because I think it was hinted at a while ago that, you know, Paddington to Bristol, I think, is one of those really iconic routes. So being able to go from Paddington to Bristol, I just think it would be brilliant. You got the Box Tunnel, you got Didcot, you got Swindon because of the railway works, and ending up at Temple Meads would just be fantastic. Cambrian Coast would be good. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. It is just a remaster, but I'm saying, does that mean it lends itself to giving us more on that route? Oh, the Portsmouth Harbour, well, that's where I think I'm going to end up on Monday. is down at Portsmouth Harbour. That's one of those sort of iconic routes. But I love the way at the moment that they're linking certain lines together. You're getting lines that are utilising the same stations, like we've had with Manchester, like we've had with Edinburgh, like we've got with Brighton. I think there needs to be more of that. You know, I would love to see the continuation of this, personally. Give us Milton Keynes to Birmingham via, is it Northampton Loop? So then you could do London to Milton Keynes to Birmingham. Then you've got Birmingham Cross City. Then you want to do Birmingham to Carlisle or Crewe, maybe, to link up with the bottom of the West Coast Mainline. So you only have to do it in sections. And then at some point, it would be brilliant if there was the ability to link maps in this, like you can do in Train Sim Classic, so that you can do one long journey. My wish is, yeah, be able to train swap and longer routes. The Birmingham to Shrewsbury, that's a nice route. Done that a few times. So yeah, more routes out of Birmingham. So then you'll get more stuff running in Birmingham. Even giving us Oxford on the GWR line, so that you can have trains going down to Didcot and then up to Oxford would be something. Or the line, so you go Reading and then the line down towards Newbury and Hungerford, that way. There's so much that people want just in the UK. They must have a list as long as their arm of all these routes that they'd love to do. And I love the fact that we've only got a couple of London Overground routes left to do. So give us those. Finish those off. And we're going to get the extension to the Stratford to Thingy one. That's going to go down to Richmond. Oh, no. Yeah. Some sort of VTC would be amazing in this. Even if it wasn't a multiplayer thing. So, you know, I'm not interested overly in seeing people on track. What I want to see, what I want the ability to do, is a virtual train company. So that you can then do a route and then you earn money for your train company to be able to buy more routes. You're from the Wirral, I feel sorry for you. So yeah, I love the virtual bus company we've got in Omsey. You know, there's rumours of that sort of thing coming to Fernbus, although with the coach company thing coming in SCS, that'll be the end of Fernbus. So something like that in this, where you just have, right, you know, you set up a virtual train company, you start off with a minimum amount of money, even if that meant that your only route was, I don't know, something minor, like London Overground, Barking Riverside. That's all you could afford to get going. Well, you get people in your community then to do routes up and down there, earn money, buy more routes, unlock more stuff. And then, like we have in Omsey, people will then be going up and down, earning money. Right, let's get out of here. Oh, God, no, wrong way. Let's go fly a kite. Right, let's relinquish the service for that one. Right, we'll have a baldy check when we get on the next train. So let's go and see what we've got going out of here. That's going to depart. So that's going the wrong way. That's going towards Crewe. So we want to be over there, really. I wonder where that 350 is going. Nothing to see there. 9 o'clock going back to Euston. Oh, there we go then. You'll do. I could spawn Thomas in. Well, we'll take this back. Starts at 8:58. Okay. So shove my thing in the hole. There we go. Reverser into forward. Lights in this are day. Right, speed the time up a little bit. Watch people just wander around at high speed. Not in. We're definitely not in. We're out. We're not in. Hey, we've gone out. Oh, we're not here. I don't think I've ever been... I can't remember the furthest I've actually been... Did we go to Watford? I don't think we... Unlock doors. Right, single time. Oh, God. Right. Okay, I'm going to say this. The Train Sim official controller, no. No, no, no. It just, no. What I use is that. Rail driver and joystick interface. And what I've got that map to is my Logitech flight throttles. So I've got those mapped to the throttle and brake. And I've also used that for mapping. So I've got buttons on my farm sim panel for unlocking, locking doors, buttons on my G27 shifter for the horn and putting it into changing the reverser. And that's a game changer for me. Using a flight throttle for this, for the throttle and the brake, it just completely changed the whole thing. Absolutely. Mainly because I haven't got room for the Train Sim control. My desk's 8 foot wide and I haven't even got enough room to put my phone on it. So I haven't got room to be able to put a controller down. So using the throttles, which are currently situated behind my farm sim panel, works. But yeah, that bit of software, amazing. Right, stop at Bletchley. Yeah, it won't tell us where to go on there because it's broken. We're single-handed, aren't we? We are single-handed. Right, let's go to Bletchley then. Why don't you use track? I don't know. I use Track IR in Train Sim Classic. I never use it in this. It's on. I don't know why I don't use it. Whether it's because this is just so relaxing for me and there isn't really much to look at. So I just use the mouse. So I just keep this paused in this. Never actually use it. Right, go. Right, let's take this all the way back to Euston then. So a stopping service this time. So Bletchley's one of those places I've always wanted to go to. That's where they cracked the Enigma code. It's supposed to be quite interesting, but never been. So yeah, the line's fairly quiet north of Watford. Look for the circle. The circle of life. Braking. Braking's happening. Yeah, but this isn't... Bletchley's not near London. Bletchley's up near Milton Keynes. Right, braking. Less braking. A lot less braking. Okay, I was slightly over enthusiastic on the braking there. I seem to have braked a bit early. Train! There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll shortly be arriving at Bletchley. If you're getting off here, then we'll get off. If you're not getting off, then don't, because you don't need to get off. Braking. Braking is happening. So you can give them bleach. Bleach. No, it's Bletchley. Not Bleachley. Bletchley. It's different spelling and everything. You don't get given a toilet duck, or other sorts of ducks are available when you get off the train. Why you bleach Lee? He wants blonde hair. Doors are opening on the left-hand side of the train. Remember to take all your personal belongings with you, including members of your family that you don't like and really wish you'd leave behind. And if you see any... Hang on. I don't care if we're late. We got to go and... Quick. Baldy! There you go. Done. That was great. Thankfully, a close by Baldy. Didn't take long. That's what he said. Right, 6 miles to Leighton Buzzard. That's a hell of a shift, isn't it? For security personnel. Security personnel tour this station 24 hours a day. That's got to be a boring shift. You think doctors have got long shifts? Why is Leighton that's probably why they're touring it 24 hours a day. It's probably buzzing with late night revelers. What revels those peanut things? Don't like peanuts. We had the discussion about poppets the other day. They were quite nice, the mint ones. Oh, British Transport Police. Yes, text us. We'll charge you for the text and then do nothing. Unless you're a 16-year-old that's an idiot. And then, yeah, certainly we'll inconvenience other people. What bone are you popping in? Thigh bone. I had to think then of names of bones. That was a TV show, wasn't it? Bones. That was quite good. You miss chewy, minty sweets. God, stripes. I remember, was it Pacers? Was it Pacers? Were they the white and green stripy things that were minty? Oh, I watched the first episode of a brilliant show last night. I linked it in the Discord. Called The Institute. Oh my God, it was good. Pacers with the opal mints in your... Yeah. They were called Pacers. I would know. I was only born in 99. We have 3.6 miles to go. If I am off this weekend, the entertainment stream 3 is on my list of things not to do. I mean, to do. But my boss isn't in the office all day tomorrow, so hopefully she signed my holiday form. Just do it. Hello, train. That was a train. When you BBW it, I'm not explaining to Trent what BBW stands for. Someone else can explain that one. That might be Trent's thing, you never know. It is definitely a thing. Not my cup of tea. Big blue whale. Yes, Trent. Definitely big blue whale. Right, we have 1.8 miles to go to Leighton's Buzzard. Are Glacier Mint still around? Oh, because that was with the polar bear and the other animal, wasn't it? Where you stood on top of the mint and you couldn't see him. A woman? Where? That was from Life of Brian, wasn't it, with the stoning? Are there any women here? No. Foxes, Glacier Mints. Need to watch that again. I'd sat and watched the last 3 Bridget Jones films on Sunday. You're not even a real woman. And the last one actually made me think a lot. I'm not going to get all, but it made me think a lot. It actually gave me a more positive outlook. It's actually really good watching them all back to back as well, because the storyline just carried on through. Oh God, braking. You've never watched the last one? Oh, seriously, you need to. Oh God, you had a Cresta lemonade. Yeah, I want to do the same with the Beverly Hills Cop. So I'm sure I've only seen the first 2 Beverly Hills Cop films. And there's 4. That might be this Sunday's viewing. Right, we've arrived at Leighton Buzzard, where we are early. I know, something's going wrong. Tomorrow night, back with some OMSI... Look at that, professionalism. Tomorrow night, back with some OMSI 2. We're going to be trying Yorkshire. Thursday night, we've got some ships at sea, more bobbing about on the water. Where you can play some music as well on Thursday. Friday night, the Discord is deciding what we're doing on Friday night. At the moment, it's choice between quizzing and bingoing. Saturday night, something. No idea what, something. And then Sunday back on the farm. And then if I'm off on Monday, I'll be here on Monday. Because I won't be here next Saturday. Oh, Chewit's still going. God, remember Chewit's? They get stuck to the packet, though. Oh, yeah. I bought some of those Aldi Lidl own brand crisps at the weekend. Snacksters or something. I know people say this, but I don't think you could tell the difference between that and a Walker's Crisp. I don't think they were that much. I don't know. I got about 10p a packet. They worked out to be. I had to sample 3 different flavours last night just to be able to get a range. You find a bit too salty. Well, sometimes things that are salty are quite nice. Oh God, yeah, the Corona pop. Once a week you were allowed to get a bottle of pop from the Corona man. Don't get the cola. Right, 4 miles to Cheddington. I do like a stopping service. I still want to be able to do all the Train Sim World routes in the UK. I'm going to have to write down which ones I've done, because there's a few that I still haven't. Like the Scotland ones. Maybe, Colin. Exactly, Michael. Oh yeah, Chewits with the... God, is this a reminiscence stream or something? Or anybody under like 30, which is me, wouldn't have a clue what we're talking about. Oh, in the early 90s now. If you're lurking, join in. Why is it these streams always end up talking about food? Oh, one thing I want to try, I don't know if anybody watching this has, is I'm going to go, it's a tangent here, okay? Anybody that watches Jet Lag, the series, should, apart from this current series isn't that great. Anyway, the one where they play Snake around South Korea, I'm not a fan, but not the point. They had to do a taste test on these like big pot noodle things that they bought in convenience stores. I'm really intrigued by those. And the stores, you just fill them up with hot water in the store and then eat them. I need to find where sells them here. I want to try one. You've not watched it. You should watch Jet Lag. Not this series, but the ones around Europe, tag across Europe, are brilliant. Right, we are 1 mile from Cheddington. They're very hard to find. It's got to be some like Asian stores though that must sell them. Same with Twinkie. I want to. Now I'm going to be very careful how I say this. I want to get my mouth around the Twinkie. Twinkie, the American thing. It's like sponge with like a cream filling. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's just that you see it in TV shows and films. Well, for me, it was Die Hard, because that's what Al, the cop, was eating, wasn't it? Oh, we used to have a Granny's here in Swindon. Because he used to have like tubs all around the store, and you could go in and buy stuff by weight. So you go in with a scoop, and you used to go out and buy jelly beans and jelly babies, and they used to do like dried fruits and stuff as well. And you just go and stick it in a bag and weigh it and pay for it. Or Tim Tams. First had my first Tim Tam when Rock-On came over last summer from Australia. He bought Tim Tams with him, proper Australian Tim Tams, and we had them in the pub when we were having an alcoholic adult beverage. I sell them in Tesco's now. They're flipping expensive. They're just like a posh penguin. Which do you prefer? We had the caramel Tim Tam. They do a mint one. I like mint chocolate. That's my thing. But although I'm not allowed to have chocolate currently. Right, Tring is next. .4 miles as we make our way back towards Euston. We have a problem. I did have crisps yesterday, but that's not chocolate. One other thing I've always wanted to try, we were going to in Shrewsbury once, but didn't, was one of those Yorkie wraps. The Yorkshire pudding wrap thing you can get, with like a Sunday roast in it. I think we were going to in Shrewsbury once, but there's a ridiculously long queue, and I don't do queues. There's a train. Hello, train. Sold them at the Convoy at year 1. That I'd like to do again. Convoy in the park. Where's Wally? Oh, Wally. I read that. Something different. Or that. We got a 90 limit now, so back off the speed towards Tring. Yes, we know what it is, Nico. It's the pen. You don't need to add the is on the end. You know, PG stream and all that. The York Roast Company in York. That's why when we do the meetup at the end of September, for anyone interested, link is in the Discord, we're spending, well, say all day in York on the Saturday. We've got to get back to the hotel for the meal, so probably be leaving York about 4 p.m, so it won't quite be all day. We will shortly be arriving at Tring. An hour in York. More than an hour. We're getting in the air at 10. Probably a lot longer in York than we did last time. Most of that I spent sat at the flipping train station, freezing cold. We're early again. We ain't got to leave for another, well, not due for another 3 minutes. It's raining. It's pouring. It's not. It's sunny skies. Can we avoid the well, that's why I think eat when we come out of the museum. The old ones are the best, McBone. It's raining men. Hallelujah. That'd hurt, wouldn't it? Especially if they were the size of Nico. Jesus Christ, you'd be dead. You need more than an umbrella to stop them. Get your bucket. There's a hole in my bucket. Dear Liza, dear Liza. When I'm one of the... Okay, this will test people's age. I was playing a game called The Hobbit, where you had to type in where you were going and what you were doing. I'm sure in one of the games like that, it was something about having to pick up a bucket to do something. But one thing I remember from one of those games was you end up in a cave. You see nothing. You try and light the torch. I have no torch. And then you move around. It says it is dark. You fall and you hit your head. And you start all over again. But the hours you used to spend playing. Imagine saying to someone now, right, we're going to play this game. And you just see text on the screen. And the occasional picture. Did you find Susan in the cave? He was wearing something loose and off the shoulder. It's bouquet. I really want to do a long farm. I'm gonna one of these weekends. We have to do a late night stream. I think we need to. That was a train going past, in case you didn't know. We used to do farming streams. Well, was that when Farm Sim 25? 22 we did a long stream. Farm Sim 25, was it 11 and 3/4 hour stream that we did? I just think sometimes, I finished the stream about, 8:30 now, which people got used to. But we used to be streaming till like 1 a.m. We start at the same sort of time. Sometimes we start at like 6 and we'd be here till like 1 a.m. still streaming. We did have a lot of issues with 25, yeah. I'll probably do something when 6 releases, because I should be able to preview this before it releases. I'll have to work out what day it's going to be. Don't know if I'll still be farming when Farm Sim 27 or whatever it is comes out. Right, 3.5 miles to Berkhamsted. Or Berkhamsted. I've got any ham? I got any ham? No, I haven't got any ham. I got cheese. I got no ham. You are showing your age there. Semicolon. Feed me. Don't you open that trap door, 'cause there's something down there. I'll be here for another 10 years. I've said before, I'll keep doing this as long as I'm enjoying doing this and you lot are stupid enough to be watching me do this. I've got no end date in mind. I don't know how my life's going to go in the next, X amount of time. If I can find someone that wants to be in my life that accepts me doing this, brilliant. 20 years. Tomorrow then. Yeah, it's my last stream. Well, again, watch the last Bridget Jones film. That was just a real eye-opener to me. And a lot of it, I did put in one of our closed chat rooms in the Discord. that there were certain things in there that made me go, yeah, that's me. Bits of, I am a little bit Bridget Jones. Who said we're watching me? That's true. Alright, 1.7 miles to Berkhamsted. But no, I'm enjoying this again. I really am. I look forward to the streams. I'm enjoying the streams. You know, I'm recording content at the weekends, which I haven't done for a while. No one's watching it, but I'm recording it. We're only here for the chat. Yeah, but that's the important bit, Nige. That's why this community is what it is. Sometimes it isn't about being here to watch me do train sim. It doesn't matter what's on in the background. Sometimes you're just here to engage with me and engage with the others in the chat. And that's why I'm glad that I'm not a bigger streamer or YouTuber, because I always vowed, and I've said this for the last 5 years, if I ever got to a point where I couldn't talk to people in chat or couldn't engage with people in the community, I would stop, because I never wanted to end up like the annoying furry-tailed one, where the people that got him to be where he was are the ones then he shunned. And I never wanted to be like that. We've never arrived in Berkhamsted, where you can get off here, but if you don't want to get off, then don't bloody get off, you fool. Stay on the bloody train. Right, let's go baldy hunting. See if we can find a ponytail. Baldy! Oh, you're the same baldy. Okay, no, that's fine, doesn't count. You've got, excuse me, sir, madam, sorry. Okay, we just carry on down. You've got a ponytail. Just letting you know that. Have we got another baldy? Baldy, baldy. There's one! Baldy. Quick, go. We've got another minute yet. Well, wait then. I thought I was going to be late. At least I have the chat running and I engage with the chat. What? It's part of you lot that keep me going sometimes. It's why some of the tougher streams are the ones where no one's chatting. And as much as I can just ramble on to myself for a long period of time, it is about the two-way engagement. MLM Steer to be next one. That's why I always say to people that are lurking, that maybe have been around for a while, you know, it starts with hi. All these people joining in with the chat all started at some point with the first bit of engagement in the chat. If you're clinically insane and there's something wrong with you, then jump in and say hi. Engage with us. Hiya, says Colin. And then you get dragged in. There is no escape. Hi-oh. That might explain why you're... Because you said hello. Is that it? I said hello and now look. There is no escape now. It's the Twitch version of Hotel California. You can check out, but you... Well, no, I'm going to say nothing. But you can never leave. You leave, you never come back. That's the new rule. I don't watch Twitch. I don't watch anybody on Twitch. I used to. I just don't now. I get time. I do not have the time. Can you see who's lurking? I don't have mod view up. Maybe I should start doing that, because the moderators can actually see who's watching. Sometimes not a good thing, because we've caught people out recently that have been watching. You watch some wrinkly old dimwit on Twitch. Who's that then? Do we know him? Hey, I got told I looked good yesterday. New polo shirt on. Bit of gel in my hair. Clean shaven. I smelt nice. Going all out. Today, another new polo shirt on. Tomorrow, no. You fall over there, guide dog. The lead got wrapped round my leg. Polo, the mint with a hole. Ooh, break, 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 break. No, if I'm off on Friday, I'm going clothes shopping again. I've got to replace the geography teacher's coat. So it's probably going to be a very expensive trip to the Superdry shop for me. Oh yeah, you can get polo holes, can you? Trainer shopping. I do keep looking at new trainers. Actually, I wore a new pair at the weekend. I wore a pair out that I think I've only worn once. Trying breaking them in and all that. I'm going to room. I've got to buy another shoe rack. Don't get rid of that. I might forget what you look like. Was I wearing it? No, I wasn't wearing it in London. I just had my hoodie on, didn't I? Didn't I just have the orange hoodie on? I like that hoodie. Wait until 9:34 and 30 seconds. Yeah, that's not the geography teacher's coat. Well, I really like the coat. It's got great pockets. I've got a grey version, exactly the same coat in grey, but it's a size smaller, and it doesn't fit. Didn't fit when I bought it because of Superdry's sizing. Apsley is next in 1.4 miles. So we've done the 805. This is the 350. This is default thing. We'll have a look and see what else. There is the measurement train, which we could look at. I think there's the 378 that runs on this. It replaces the 710 for the London Overground. Underground wombling free. I wonder if I'll ever go for Wimbledon again. Spent so much the last couple of years going through Wimbledon. It is the banana train. Although from Jeff's video the other week, they've also got a 153 that does that as well. With cameras on it. So how long before someone models that in this? It's a single car 153. Braking. Lots of braking. Okay, I didn't need to brake that much. Hello? 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 Hi? Hello? Okay, I scared them off. They're now arriving at Apsley. May do X. We don't know what we're doing Saturday night. I was going to do flight, but I don't know. May do a Discord wide poll for Saturday night. See if I can go through some things that we can do. Could do some farming. We're doing that Sunday. The name's Rick. Rick Apps. Really? Never going to give you up. Never going to let you down. Never going to turn around unless there's something behind me that scares me. I haven't done the bus in a while. We were talking about doing that ground handling thing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the Simmons and Stuff travel service going to London Euston. We have a problem. The next station stop's going to be something. I can't remember what it is, but it's going to be the next station coming up here in a minute. I'm sure we'll get another bing bong and telling you what it is. Thank you. Well, that one, I've got no idea. Don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, the next station stop's going to be King's Langley. I had a nice night out in King's Langley once. Oh, he's a lovely boy. It's rather large. I couldn't sit down for a while. King's Langley is next. Okay, well, thank you, conductor. So King's Langley is the next station. He lives! He's alive! So, reasons not to get me drunk. As those that were away with me and have been away, well, last October, wherever it was, we went across to France with Brian and Margaret. I don't think I've ever heard the three people that were with me for that night laugh so much. So yes, you think I'm in a good mood now? You're going to bed early in York. $4.99 I pay for those slippers. $4.99. You only wore them once. My mind works in mysterious ways. We have a mile to go to King's Langley. I think Michael might like Tony. Imagine anybody tuning into the stream at that point and then going, what the... Oh, you'll either carry on watching, won't you? Or you just go, no. And I'm an ambassador. Thank God that Dovetail don't watch my streams. It's the only guy in the village. Bragging. We're late now because of flipping Tony.
Hello there. I see you doing that flying thing.
No, it's trains, not flight. He got it right the other week. Right, we've arrived at King's Langley. I need to put those. I can write my things for the weekend that I won't do. Is put more of the voicey things on my doobly-doo. My lights are wrong. I don't care. Watford Junction. Or if we get out... Hang on. Here's an idea. Should we get out at Watford Junction and see what else we can get? What if we get an overground from Watford? Let's do that. Let's get out at Watford Junction. Let's abandon this train. Are my pants up? I'm not wearing any. I've just got a pair of slightly tight shorts and a t-shirt on. We will see what departs soon from Watford Junction. Leave Tony on the train. Ladies and gentlemen, next and final stop is going to be Watford Junction. We're getting off here because, well, we don't want to go on this train anymore. So me and the driver are going to be getting on another train and heading back to Euston. We have a problem. Watford Junction's the next and final station stop. I love that it annoys Michael. That just pleases me. But it is for... Look. It's... Look, don't you start at me. I'm not going any further. Said the bishop to the choir boy. Tony's developing a West Country accent. You try it. I'm out of practice. I mean, Tony's out of practice. Otherwise we'd end up with a whole raft of bloody characters. One of them would definitely sound like Richard. And if I'm very drunk, I end up Indian, but I'm not doing that on the stream. Right. They all live rent-free. I'm free. Are you free, Mr. Humphreys? Right. 1 mile to go until we arrive at Watford Junction. See, I should have done voiceover work. I had a conversation with someone at work talking about my enjoying the job, and I said I just wish I could be me. This is the only job where I've ever had where I can't be me at work. And he went, why not? It's because I wouldn't have a job. So I'm a completely different person at work, which is also why I don't socialise with anyone from work, because then they would see the real me. You've all done very, very well. Nice to see you, to see you. Keep out of the black and in the red. There's nothing in this game for two in a bed. Right. That's what he said. Okay, let's get out of here. We will relinquish the service. Ah! You're not in service. Okay, but when are you going? So you're that one, aren't you? You're going to Euston. You're the 946. What are you? Where is your thing? 26. Yeah. 26. You've got no departure board on this platform. Shut that door. Well, my train's sodded off. If it's not in service, why are there people on it? Okay, let's just go over here. Hello, excuse me, coming through. Right. Where are the... Why are there no departure boards on the platforms? Have I missed them? How are you supposed to know where the trains are going? Hello? Okay, I'm never going to go here because you never have to know where your trains go. Right, okay, the only way to do it is to get in it and see when it departs. Do you come from a land down under? Right, let's have a look at you. When are you? 9:58. Was that the current time? 9:58. That'll do. Okay, we'll speed up time. Don't mention the what. Don't tell him your name, Pike. Tail lights are off. Head and marker lights are on day. We will go there and speedy up time. There we go. Could you watch 40 Towers now? Would it actually still stand up? Funny, yes. But what would people think if they watched it now? I sat and watched, I can't remember who it was with, two of the weirdos that are now departed, maybe. Watched Dumb and Dumber, the first one, which at the time, brilliant. Watching it now, there is a stage show in London. I want to go and see Back to the Future, the musical. All you need to know is there's a train leaving at some point going somewhere that you're not. Yep, useful there, Amy Lou. Thanks. I've never done a West End show. Been a while since I've been. When I saw Joe Bonamassa last year. That was the last thing I saw. Our time is advancing, as it does, towards our inevitable death. What are we? We are third rail, aren't we? There we go. Put my shoes down. I did love the fact that God mode is such a revelation in this. You can just speed up time. So, a needle pulling thread. Hopefully we've got enough time to take this all the way to Amarillo. It's the way to Amarillo. No, it's the other way. Right, we wait for the service to start. Yeah, don't think I've been to Watford. Don't think we came. I'm sure we didn't come this far. I think it might have been Wembley. You have a timetable. It tells you how long it takes. No, because it's broken. When you do what I've done and swap trains, it doesn't work. It's still on the original timetable because dovetail. Fork handles. Handles for forks. The Dead Parrot sketch is up there for me. Hurry up, the football starts at 8. Well, start off and watch the football then. Go on. Off you go. Is Nige just Ed? Is he drunk? So is that the third thing that the man in my life needs to... Is my list getting longer in it? Has to be able to watch The West Wing. I was watching an episode today. Someone came up and stood while I was watching an episode at work. I was like, what are you watching? The West Wing. What's that? I had to explain the whole premise to the show. And they're like, that sounds interesting. Is it new? No, it was last on 18 years ago. Anyway. So I need to like the West Wing. Need to tolerate grand designs. Tolerate this as being something that I do every evening. And not like football. I'm going to be single for a while. That was funny, Michael. Right, we are waiting for this service to start to take us down to Eustone. You're safe on all four. Phew. Are you also married? Wouldn't that be a bit of a factor? Or living with someone? They say come with a list of requirements. That's a list. Widowed. Okay. No, I can cope with a duvet cover. I swear at them, end up in the duvet cover, but I can cope with a duvet cover. Or happy to watch football by himself. No, yeah, that I can tolerate. You watch football, I'll watch The West Wing. That could be a compromise. Life's about compromise. Mustn't like trains. Right, Watford High Street is next. Are we going to go? Have I done it right? Yes, there we go. And they need to be able to know where Stockport is. Thank you. You're watching 24. I love 24. I've said it. That was the first show that I ever binged watched. Was 24. And The Capital of Iden. You can bloody keep your beak out. The last series was a bit meh. The first two series I think were the best. And there were Burgundies. You can shut up as well. You've nearly finished Dexter. You haven't, Trent, because you've got New Blood, then the one after New Blood, and then you've got to watch the prequel. Okay, the first Dexter, yeah. I watched the next episode of the new one last night. That's getting good. I ended up watching a YouTube video of a guy that built a house somewhere in America, and he did a tour of his house. I quite like those, like a bit of architecture. And he built a swimming pool on the roof of his house, but was 3 stories deep. And it intrigued me, but it was an impressive house, but my God, was it too big. I keep doing that whenever I do the lottery. I look at houses I could buy on the south coast because that's where I want to end up. And some of them you think, who needs that many rooms in a house? I've got too many rooms now. Why would you want a house with like 5 bathrooms and like 8 bedrooms and multiple rooms? No, because you only live in a few of them. It was a lot of way to water. The whole thing was pretty much concrete. Line of Duty. I don't think I've seen Line of Duty. I don't know what I've got coming up. I've got the second episode of the Billy Joel series. Oh my God, that was good. If you're a Billy Joel fan, the first episode was 2.5 hours long, and I think I want to go back and watch it again. My Australian renovation show is back next week, The Block. now I've got time on my hands, I can get back into that because I haven't watched it for the last 2 years. Lock doors. I've seen people turn a house down because the bathroom only had one sink. God, really? Bushy. It's not the 90s anymore. What? Bent coppers as in, ah yeah? Or dodgy coppers? Right, so Bush is the point where we join back on with the main line. Is it Bushy? Not currently. Some things happened at the weekend. Right, so hopefully we haven't got the time to be able to take this back down into Euston. We have a problem. Yeah, I do want to do another entertainment stream. When I do it this time, what I'll do is I'll put a list of the shows I'm going to talk about in the Discord before I do the stream. So anybody that has watched those shows or may be interested by them may encourage you to watch the stream. Laura. Don't you mean lawyer? Brakes. Are we gonna? Oh, thank you. View. Can I have the? Thank you. Would not let me change back to the inside view. No, you may not have my attention, please. That's the thing, Chef Lad. That's what the engagement I've been trying to have is to go, well, you know, like Vera. Someone put me onto Vera. I'd never heard of it. McDonald and Dodds, I found. Brilliant. Shame it ended. Ridley's the other one. It's those sort of, you know, 2-hour-long ITV drama type things that are really good. So by doing the entertainment stream and me discussing shows that I've watched, then hopefully the idea was to have some engagement to go, well, you like that, you might like this, and then trying to get a conversation, because entertainment, I love watching TV shows and a bit out of kilter on watching films. Really difficult for me to do one on YouTube with people I follow on YouTube without me just listing the people I follow on YouTube. It's also, for being a selfish point of view, we'll have a look on this one. It's for me personally to have someone that I can discuss the things I'm watching with, which I haven't got anymore. No Larwood. No, the last one that left, I was watching some shows with. The one before that left was watching some shows with. So it's just having that personal communication with someone to go, oh, have you seen this? I'm really looking forward to that. So on a personal level, I want to find some communication. Yeah, we'll stop here and then we'll go and have a look for some boardies. So I've only got 16 episodes of The West Wing to go. And I'm already panicking, going, like, what do I watch after that then? That's why I think you'd like that show I watched last night, Trent. Because the first episode has got some really interesting. I said to a guy at work about watching Stranger Things. I've never seen it. Well, I think that's what I ended up doing. That's the problem, which I used to do every year. I'd finish the last ever episode and then start from the very beginning again. Problem is, I try and delay doing that because I know as soon as I do, I'll be just going plowing through all 7 seasons again. Slow Horses, according to my app, is back in 4 months' time. No, 2 months. 24th of September. Again, that's one. My hope of trying to get some communication in Discord to be able to have a chat room to talk about Slow Horses. It is that week we're away. Right, 1.4 miles to Hatch End. I really must come up and do this route. I'm going to have to write down the routes I've done, the UK routes I've done in Train Sim World. I've done a chunk of them. I've done Southeastern High Speed. I've done West Cornwall. I've obviously done London to Reading. I've done Birmingham. I've done the Glossop. Done Manchester Airport commuter. Done Barking Riverside. Done Mildmay. Done Baker. I don't know if I've done the Bakerloo all the way to where it. No, I don't think I've done a full line run on the Bakerloo line. I don't think I've been all the way to the north end of the Bakerloo line. Fortunately, the one that would know is gone. I don't think I have, so I'll have to go and redo that. This I certainly haven't done. Brighton I've done. London commuter. The Scotland ones I haven't done. I've done East Coast Mainline. I did that on the way to York. I've done the Derby Nottingham. That's been done. There's probably quite a few actually that I have done, thinking about it. I haven't done West Coast Mainline North, Preston to Carlisle. Haven't done Blackpool branches. There's Northern Transpennine, not done that. Done Glossop. We did that the other year. We did a Manchester meetup. Done. I'm sure I've done most of. No, well, I've done bits of Cardiff. I haven't done Heath High Level and that line down there. I want to go back to Cardiff. Do you know of a train sim game that includes Scandinavia? I don't know if there's any Scandinavian lines in Train Sim Classic. Don't think so. Isle of Wight done that. Yes, there probably is a lot. I'm going to have to list them. I'm going to have to go on holiday to Scotland or something next year and do the Scottish ones. Headstone Lane. So yeah, I've actually done more than I thought. And I do hope we do get some more of the London Overgrounds. Well, the last 2 London Overgrounds. And it's a shame that the Mildmay line, I know we're doing the extension to Richmond, or getting the extension to Richmond, it still is a shame that that isn't going all the way to Clapham. I sort of get why, but it would be nice. Yeah, the one from here, the Swindon to Cheltenham line would be good because they're all reversing at Gloucester. Again, as much as people moan about Swindon, it was such an iconic place as far as the railway industry. A lot of trains are built at the Swindon Works. And I said that line from Paddington to Bristol, a bit through Chippenham's boring, but then you got the Box Tunnel. Or would you do like to Cardiff, link up with Cardiff Bay, so go under Severn Tunnel? So do Bristol Parkway rather than Bristol Temple Meads. Blimey, not giving them much time to get off because I'm about a minute late, I suppose. Right, Harrow and Wealdstone. This is the top end of the underground now. So we should see underground trains turning around, doing things that underground trains do. So it used to be Bakerloo years ago. Or did it? All the way out here? You forget how far out the underground used to go. Well, it used to go further on from Rickmansworth. That used to carry on as well, didn't it? The Met Line used to go further. I think that's going to be my go-to place to park again if I go back into London. Our favourite train, it used to be the Pacer. I don't know now. Even the HST, I'm a bit, nah. Don't know really now in this. No, not really a favourite. I like old and quirky. I like a 166 real life. There's something about it, or an old 150 or 153. There's just something about the rattliness. Ozzy Osbourne's died. No. Only just after doing his last concert then. Blimey. He hasn't been well for a while. That's not good. Did you call in? Sorry. I must have missed it. I didn't spot it 30 minutes ago. It must have been when people were chatting and it just vanished past. That's it. I'm going to have to quit. I've missed chat. I missed something in chat. I said I'd never do that. This is it. It's my last stream. Good night, everybody. And the reason for my retirement, Colin. Look, I was hoping no one was going to notice that, Nige. Shouldn't you be watching football? Right, Kenton is next. You're multitasking. I'm on a fixed term, really? I said I'd only do this for 6 months. That was 8 years ago. I've signed no contract. You can't prove anything. I see a tube twain. Hello, tube twain. Oh, that sounded weird. Signed the wrong box. And did I fill out the next of kin card wrong? 5-year fixed term. I've done 8. Does that mean I've got 2 to go? You're going to let me... Okay, thank you. 5-year rolling contract. I want a 0-hour contract. You had an extension every New Year's Eve. I do say that the first of every year I will commit whether I'm going to carry on for another year. I still know what I'm doing at Christmas. I had the discussion yesterday with someone at work about holiday. I said, well, I want to take a long weekend every month. So plan was to take this weekend, extend the August bank holiday. I got the week in September, take a long weekend at the end of October, a long weekend at the end of November. So I don't do more than 3 weeks. I don't do more than 3-4 weeks in a row. And then I should have enough holiday left to be able to extend Christmas. So I'll have 2 weeks off for Christmas. So break up the Friday before Christmas and not go back till the 5th of January, I think it is. So I said, well, are you doing anything for Christmas? A New Year? No idea. So I could go back into work on the Friday, which is the 2nd. But what if I end up going somewhere for New Year's Eve? Then you'd have to come back on New Year's Day to go back to work on the Friday. Or if I do something New Year's Eve, it means you wake up on New Year's Day going, oh, back to work tomorrow. So at least knowing you've got another, 3 days off after New Year. It'd probably be the same Christmas routine. I'll be here Christmas Day. It's been a long time since I've taken a fortnight off. Well, Christmas. I had 2 weeks off last Christmas. I took a lot of time at the beginning of the year this year. I had time off in January, time off in February, time off in March. I think I took time off in April. Whereas normally I try and take no time off in January. I used to have the week off my birthday in February, week off for my dad's birthday in May, week off for mum's birthday in September. So I used to take them out for days. And it sort of broke the year up. I would like to do that France trip again that we did last October. That was a brilliant day. That was so much fun. Apart from the 1 4-hour game of Uno on the way back. That just showed what you can do in one long day. And the day trip we did to Brussels as well was brilliant. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Again, early start. I think I set my alarm for 4:30 in the morning. I was staying in a hotel in London. And that just proved what you could do in one long day. You know, day trip to Brussels and back. Right, North Wembley's next. We might end up skipping some stops here. Where's the rope? You really need to renew your passport. I've got another couple of years left on mine. Yeah, the guy I follow on YouTube that daily vlogs. Watched a video he uploaded yesterday. He's in Hollywood, so doing Universal Studios. And the fact that he's just on his own vlogging sometimes makes me go, yeah, can I do that? You've never used your passport. My first time in 5 years was when we went to France last October. It's the first time I'd left the country for 5 years. I think that's his way of actually coping with it. Is because he's vlogging, it's something to do. That's his purpose. So it's not a bit like me when I record videos. You're not on your own because you're recording a video. So I almost think if you vlogged it, it gives you a purpose to it. Oh, we got questioned when we came back in the country at Paul. We got off the ferry. The four of us. We got questioned as to where we'd been. We just said it was one of them's first time abroad, so we did it as never been abroad before, so we did it as a day trip, and they just let us all in. I said we had discussions about a group of us going across to Brussels by train because it's so cheap, 39 quid each way. If you book the right train, and then when it's going to be four of us, was going to hire a car and then drive to Wuppertal, because it would have only worked out to been, well, I said I'd pay for the car hire, they just split the cost of the fuel between the three of them, so that would have been like 15 quid each to do Wuppertal. That's the bit where it's a shame, where people that have been not only part of the community but part of the social aspect of the community leave. And we had that a few years ago with the old gang when I first started doing this. We did trips to Northern Ireland, we did a trip to Scotland, we all went away for the weekend down in South Wales. One of the guys used to live up near Grantham. A couple of us would go up and spend a weekend at his place. I'd go up there on my own some weekends, travel up on a Friday night, come back on a Sunday. So it's not only about the online bit of the community or the Discord bit of the community, there is that sort of social bit of the community as well. Which, we got a few of us going to the meetup in September. It's the first time for a few people. We've had people come to meetups in the past we've never heard from again. It was Gaz, yeah, amazing guy, absolutely fantastic guy. Living in America now, I believe, with a son, maybe more. Life happened and away you went. You mean I can meet you then leave? Again, I'm not going to get down about this, but that's why people I've become close to in the community over the last few years, especially close to for a couple of them, that's why it did hit me hard when they left. Because my initial thought was, oh crap, it's back to just me again. But seriously, I'm not one of those people that takes things like that literally, but watching that film on Sunday, if you haven't seen the Bridget Jones film, she ends up having a fling with a younger guy, okay? Someone much younger than her. The guy then realizes the age gap, gets up and leaves, ghosts her. She's messaging him, going, talk to me, please talk to me, please talk to me, please talk to me. Nothing. All of a sudden, he comes back. He turns up. She then says to him, I wish I had a time machine. As if to say, I wish I was your age. She let him go. And then she ended up in a relationship with someone that she didn't think she'd be in a relationship with. She wasn't looking for it. It happened. That, for me, rang a lot of alarm bells. You know, I was very close to someone in this community for a few years. They were immensely important to me. There was a big age gap, and they ghosted me and left. It happened twice in 7 months. I got over one of them quicker than I thought I was going to. And the person I got over quickest would probably be a surprise to a lot of people that knew me. But then had that realization on Sunday that, hang on a minute, that's me. And if, you know, a woman, an actress, and that storyline can have their life and find happiness without looking for it, well, then maybe it might happen to me. And that was just I've been so happy for the last couple of weeks. And the couple of weeks before that, I wasn't. And that's made me even happier now, realizing that, hang on a minute, it's their loss. They left me. They're the ones that are missing out. I'm not. So coming to the meetups, not saying you end up in a relationship with me, but it means you can have people in your life that you probably haven't got at the moment. And as I've done with other people in the community, you end up with mates. And I'm sure there are a few people watching this that maybe haven't got friends, or haven't got many friends, maybe haven't got a great relationship with family. These people, and the people that are a big part of this community, are that. And before I did that first meetup in York a couple of years ago, I pretty much didn't leave the house for 3 years. When my parents died, my family had nothing to do with me. I was alone for the first time in my life, because I devoted the last 10 years of my parents' life to them. I ended a relationship. I had the opportunity to move in with someone, get married. We were engaged. My parents were going to get thrown out of the house. I ended up buying this house, to keep a roof over their heads. I put my life on hold to look after them. And I don't regret that for a second. They died, left me alone. I then relied on this community. And, oh my God, I'm glad I did. Maybe I haven't got the close relationship with people that I had even a month ago. You know, there isn't that daily contact with people that I did have. I'm getting used to that. It's fine. But there's such an amazing group of people here. And I'd be completely lost without them. So if anybody is looking or lurking and trying to find a community to fit in with, everyone says it about their communities, but I wouldn't still be doing this if it wasn't for you lot. I would have stopped. It's you lot that keep me going, from the streams, for the YouTube videos, for the community. Without that, I'd just give up. So yes, I'm really looking forward to the meetup. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the next few months hold. I'd love to be planning more meetups and days out and day trips and trips to Germany and all sorts. We shall see. Stu!
36 months, 1 year or so, right?
36 months is... No, I'm sorry, Stu. It's not quite a year. You've got another couple of months to go yet before you get to a year. So keep going and you will get there. You're a recent newbie. Exactly. And again, there's people watching that are lurking, and that's brilliant. But say hello. Join in with the community. And if it is just watching the streams, join in with the chat. That's where it starts. I might take the piss out of your name. I'm probably going to take the piss out of you at some point. If you like it, you'll stick around. If you don't like it, off you go. There's other communities out there. Oh, yeah. Right, Willesden Junction is next. We're making our way slowly back towards Used to Be a Problem. You're only 23, really. Well, I'm only 26. Can you change your name back in Discord? What's your name in Discord? I don't know what your name is in Discord. Scooter. No, that's a good name. And I keep saying on the YouTube videos, Chef Lad, that the live stuff is so much better. I enjoy doing the YouTube videos. You know, I'm getting back into it. I'm enjoying doing the trucking series no one's watching. I quite like doing the random little 15-minute, you know, first train of the days that no one watches. But live is where it's at. Ah, okay, Stu. Kensal Green. We are getting there. This is Willesden Junction thingy. This is where the other overground route comes in. The Mildmay line goes across there. I'm going to be late now. Pencil Green, yeah. I need to have a day in London. I really enjoyed doing those long videos. The Paddington to Penzance in a Pacer. Again, that was because there was the engagement of you lot. We did talk about doing a different format of that. We even talked about doing it again when we're going to have people here and doing a driver swap. So that at every station we swap drivers. When I shift this setup out of this room into the larger room, that would be more possible, because trying to get 4 people in this room, the room's only 8 foot square, trying to get more people in here, 4 people in here, is difficult. Cooking Sim live. I like Cooking Sim. It's things like that, you know. The Sims. I loved doing that Sims episode, or the 2 episodes we did. I'm not going to say it's going to be a long-term thing, but we'll do it again. Yes, Stu. Probably when I move the setup, because it's pretty much the same as it was in the last tour video. So when I move it into the other room, then I'll do another tour, because it'll be more spaced out. Because the streaming rig's different now. I don't know what's going to happen with that in October with Windows 11. I might have to try and work out if I can hack Windows 11 onto it so that it continues to get support. There are ways of doing it. Thing is, in the winter, this room's really nice because it keeps warm. And it is quite nice because it's cozy. I do, but I also want to get out of the house. I don't want to spend every weekend just sat in the house. It's nice some weekends, you know. I've almost got myself into I have a recording weekend. So I do record 3 or 4 videos on a Saturday, watch a few shows, blah blah. The next weekend, then the garden I do every other week. So then it's a gardening weekend. Then I want to try and get out of the house. And then have a recording weekend or have a relaxing weekend. Then it's almost like a 4-week rotation. Can you have a private tour? It took a lot of years for me to get people into the house. That took a lot of effort on my part. You know, I'm not saying my house isn't, you know, it's not untidy, and it's not. Just getting people into your personal space is a big step. I like my house. It's cozy. Most of it was last decorated in the 80s, but it's cozy. Right, Queen's Park. Right, what I'm going to do, I don't know how many stations we've got left. Again, this is the house I grew up in. So, technically, I've lived here all my life. Although I have moved away a couple of times. Oh, God. So, yeah, I kind of know the house. Yeah, not ideal then, Stu. Right, we'll go fast to Euston now then. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we're now operating an express service all the way to Euston. Heard them, didn't see them. Heard a few aircraft. You used to get Hercules flying over here back in the day on the approach into Lynham. And Concorde would fly over when Concorde was going. Because sort of direct line out from Heathrow. That's why I want to go to Brooklands. One of my things I need to actually do. Because the Brooklands Museum, they've got a bus museum there. There's a Brooklands Racing Museum. And they've got some aircraft there. They got a Concorde. Oh, the Chinook is a hell of a noise. Such a distinctive noise. I don't think that they couldn't enter them back into service. Don't forget, Richard Branson, when they were taking them out of service, he wanted to take them on. He was prepared to pay the servicing costs, because it wasn't just about the accident, because they repaired that. It was the fact that they weren't making money, but Branson was prepared to take them on and have it as a loss leader. But they said no. I think they'd been mothballed too long to be able to come back into service. But weren't Boeing on about doing something similar? But is there really the call nowadays? Concorde's era was business people. People that could fly to New York for a meeting and then fly back again the same day. With the likes of Teams and stuff like that now, you don't have face-to-face meetings. I don't know why. That was my thought when they grounded them. That, well, they could have kept one flying from an air show point of view. So keep one in airworthy condition, because it wasn't unairworthy. They even had a refit. When I used to work, which I've got in the house somewhere, I found it. When I used to work for a well-known machinery superstore, we had a Concorde pilot, was one of our customers, and he brought me in, which I've got, one of the packs given to passengers when they flew on Concorde. So like a leatherette or leather folder with envelopes, notepads, pen, which I've still got in the house. It's one of those moments where technology's gone backwards. We've peaked. Concorde was the peak. Yeah, I've never been inside one. There's a photo of me as a youngster stood by the original test one at Yeovilton, I think it was. Right, 1.2 miles to Euston, we have a problem. And then we have literally gone up and down the West Coast Mainline South. Oh, we've got a bloody red. Really? I'm a few minutes early. I'm just wondering whether it's going to let me out. Or let me in. Let me in! Yeah, I need to look and see if there's anything on my... There's either a train I'm waiting for. Oh, that one. Right, where are we going? Bloody where are we going? There. In there. In there. Well, there's no train. Yes, there is. There's a bloody train in my... When are you going out? Ah, it's moving. Oh, there you go. Where we want to go. Train's coming out. That's right. In that case, we'll wait. Oh, God. Don't do that. Well, yeah, if you can't work, then I suppose being in the house is the thing. Talk amongst yourselves. Alright, how's it going? You right then? It's Tuesday, lot, and we're on a train now. It's going into London, isn't it? Never been to London before. Looking forward to it. I hear there's trooping of colours things happening once a year in London, and there's policemen and everything, and there's the black taxis, and there's the buses, the double deckers, in that song, or chocolate bar, I don't know. How's everyone? Good. I see a train coming towards me. I only want to get to the flipping London, innit? Right. Get off my line, because I can go in then. Would we really be held this far out? I suppose we would be, because that's crossing it down there. Go! Going! That's not very nice, is it? So you'd rather me be miserable, Michael, than happy? Is that what you're saying? Well, thanks then. Fine. Ladies and gentlemen, we shortly be arriving at London Euston. We have a problem. This is the final stop on our journey this evening. Please make sure you've got all your personal belongings with you and don't try and steal anything. London Euston is the next stop on this journey and the final stop. Thank you.
Beedo, beedo.
Be more Tony. Exactly. I love that response, twat. You wait till I've had a Chardonnay. That will be dangerous because I shouldn't have wine really, because I'm one of those people that go, I love you. Nobody likes me. So yeah, don't buy me wine. There we go, we're arriving at London Euston. Oh god, I've got to read the bloody credits out. Right. Done. There we go. We've left London Euston. We went all the way to where did we go? Milton Keynes, back to Watford, back to London Euston. There we go. And now back to the main menu. What do we do next week? I don't know. There should have been some new content coming in the form of the 170 and the something or other. The Expert 101 gameplay pack and the Class 170 have been delayed. So we will come back and do those when they are out. Next week, though, I don't know. Maybe we'll do a whole country thing and yet you lot pick again as to what route we do next week. We'll narrow it down again. Maybe something American. We'll see. We'll let you decide. That's next Tuesday. Next stream, though, back tomorrow night with some buses. OMSI 2, where I'm going to be attempting Yorkshire with no track IR working. So I'll be moaning about that for most of the stream. Thursday night, some shits at sea, where you can play some music. Friday night, Discord is deciding. It's either going to be a quiz or some bingo, I think, at the moment. Saturday we'll be here with something, don't know what yet. And then Sunday back on the farm. And then I'll be here Monday next week. So basically I'm here every day now, all the way through until next Friday. Eek. So there we go. So thanks very, very much to you lot in chat for keeping me company and each other company for the last 2.5 hours. Because it's not just about me, it's about you as well, isn't it? I don't know what mood I'm in tonight. I really don't. So thanks to you lot, as always. And thanks to, oh, Jesus, this lot as well, then. I haven't left yet. Thanks to Blind Fire for following. I thought someone else did as well. I must have unfollowed. Dean, Amy Lou, Underdale, Colin, Stu for resubscribing. One of those is a gift. Nico for the subscription. The moderation team for doing absolutely feck all, and Trent and Sim for the bits, and Incredible Sap for the raid thing. got through that. You resubbed. Did you? I'll have to read the credits again. Hang on. So, Rob followed and then must have unfollowed. Thanks, Rob. We'll read that again. Yeah, Pyro is the only follower. Oh, yeah, Trent, Dean, Amy Lou, Colin, Stu, and then gift sub. Nico being annoying. Trent and Sim with the cheers, and then moderation team, and then the sap thing. There we go. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, shut up, Trent. You are loved. I love you deeply. I've shouted you out twice now, so shut up. Deal with it. Anyway. You finished? Find another person to mate. I'm trying. Anyway. I'm going to be back tomorrow night. Maybe doing some single player OMSI at this rate. We shall see. Thank you very much, you lot, for keeping me company and keeping each other company. You are an amazing bunch. You really are. I will be here tomorrow night to do it all again. Until then, if you have been, thanks for watching.